Good evening, Barbados Labour Party family. Y'all ready for a wonderful evening tonight? Me too. Definitely ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I've come to you tonight to historic Bridgetown to report on the activities of the Ministry of Transport, Works and Maintenance over the last 12 months. We set big goals and we intend to achieve them. But we have encountered constraints from time to time, such as lack of equipment, breakdowns, lack of parts, unavailability of materials, excessively long contracts, and long protracted tendering processes. But we have persevered nonetheless. All of these things at one time or another have conflated to impede our success over the last 12 months. But we did not let that dog us. We did not let that prevent us from meeting your needs and your expectations. And we started off with the Inter-American Development Bank program, where we put together a series of roads. And people often asked us why we started with those IDB roads. Because to them, those roads looked like they didn't need repairs. But I had to explain to them what happened. When we first looked at the IDB program, there were 65 roads that were chosen. And of those 65 roads, certain factors were applied to them, such as what contribution that road made to the economy. What was the level of degradation of that road? How many people use that road on a daily basis? What would it cost us if we left that road alone? And when we applied all of those factors to those 65 roads, they came up with a total of 15 roads that had to be done. 5 in the first instance and 10 in the second instance. And those 5, you would recall, were essentially the ABC Highway going westbound, which was done first, followed by the University Hill Road, and then the 3 roads in the area of Farley Hill National Park, the Charles Duncan O'Neill area. And now that we've almost completed those roads, we've started the process of doing what's called the global roads, which are the additional 15 roads that we hope to complete by the end of next year. And those global roads will see a total of 15 roads being done to be able to enhance and improve the infrastructure and our road infrastructure in Barbados. And those roads will be the Bell Road, Highway 6, Searles, the Lares Road, Carmichael Road, the Long Bay Bel Air Road, Highway 3, Hothersall Turning, Ermeybourne 1 and 2, eastbound ABC Highway, and Highway 6, Searles to 6 roads. In addition to the Inter-American Development Bank roads, though, that isn't the only roads that the ministry has been doing. The roads that the ministry have also done under another program called CAF program, which is roads that we did under the South American Loans Bank program. Those roads included Kings Village in St. Michael South, Harry Smith in St. Philip, Lowthers in Christchurch, and Little Bay Road in St. Lucie. Those roads we have completed, but yet still we have others ongoing, like Flagstaff, and I'm pleased to report that today Flagstaff is finished from the Banks intersection all the way to the Brow. And we just have 15% more to complete on Flagstaff. It has been a long and difficult road. It's been a long and difficult thing to complete it. We've had stops and starts for various reasons. And I must confess, me adding the natural gas so people could benefit added to the delays. But together, we're going to get there and we're going to finish Flagstaff Road for the people of Flagstaff and for the people of Barbados. We also have Padmore Village that we're almost finished. Melverton that we're about to start. And the Long Bay Road that we'll soon complete. But we're not stopping there. because we have another set of CAF roads coming as CAF Phase 2. And those roads are in the design phase. And we're about to start those roads very shortly once we get the tendering process done. And there'll be 13 of them, and I'm going to go through them. Because people have to understand, not only have we completed those, but we also have plans, and we're going to make sure that we bring these other roads to completion as well. And those will be Well Gap in St. Michael, Welch Village, St. John, St. Catherine's, Babylon, Boarded Hall 1 and 2 in St. George, the Gibbons Road in Christchurch, the whole Greenfield Road network we intend to improve for the people of the city right here in the city of Bridgetown. Shepton Lane, Stanley Terrace, Mayport Terrace, and Valley View in the Pine. Hampton, Ebenezer, Tent Bay, Cane Garden to Bridgefield, and Mount Brevotor. These roads are down to start very shortly. But in addition, not only did we do all of those, but we went further and did roads throughout the ministry itself. Roads like Codrington, and everybody knows how Codrington was and how it is now. The road at St. David's, Rockhampton, and Rockhampton was left by the previous administration for 10 years, left unpaved. We went in as a ministry and made sure that the people of that district could benefit from a paved road in Rockhampton. And of course, Evelyn Terrace. And not to be left out, we did roads in the city, Mahogany Lane, Sobers Lane, Ronald Map Highway Phase 1, and Friendship and Sherman's. And we have scheduled to do Cat's Castle, Lattice and Trellis Lanes, and Melverton Phase 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have walked the course, we have done the roads, and we have singled out all that we intend to do as we go forward to make the infrastructure for this country better. Now, we haven't stopped there. The ministry also embarked on a very aggressive nighttime road painting program. This has resulted in tremendous benefits, such as increased productivity due to having less traffic to negotiate while painting at night. Our staff have been able to double the amount of roads they've been able to paint. We've also eliminated traffic congestion in the daytime by not having our crews there. And these programs have been so successful for us that we're now in negotiations with the unions to be able to look at other services that the ministry offers, to be able to offer them in off-peak hours as well, so that we can bring the services to the people with enhanced productivity, with reduced disruption to the people and as they go about their business. The ministry doesn't stop there. We also looked at lighting. And you would have known how the lighting on the highways have disintegrated over the years. And we went about not only replacing poles on the highways, but getting new LED light-emitting diode lights for the highways. We started with the first program of 200, and we've completed 200 lights on the ABC highway already. And we're about to commence a second program with over 3,000 LED lights to be replaced on the highways, being procured and financed through the Ministry of the Environment. Because we recognize that we have a duty and a responsibility, not only to protect our environment, not only to do better and to do a better job for our people, but also to provide better lighting for our people. How would you feel to know that your daughter or your mother is driving along the highway and has a flat tire or an emergency and has to pull over to the side of the road and it's dark and can't see to get things done or to have the repairs done? Well, we said no to that. We said we have to do better, and that's why we started the lighting program. And we've had so many people call and thank us for the lighting program, especially at the ABC Highway junction between the Dighton Griffith School and the highway, because for so long that area was dark. And we appreciate the calls, and we continue to work to make that area better. In addition, the ministry not only does all of those things, but we're also responsible for drainage and flood mitigation. And you would recall we had significant flooding with the passage of Hurricane Kirk. And that flooding was particularly present at Chapman Lane and Watton. And I'm pleased to report to you this evening that today we are 80% complete in the construction of a floodplain at Murphy Pasture. So never again will the people of Chapman Lane have to suffer the flooding that they did under the last climatic event. And further, we've completed the designs for Watton, and soon we'll be starting and completing the work at Watton as well, so that never again will the people of Watton have to suffer from the floods that they endured, not only that time, but whenever they have that heavy rain. Because we recognize that they too have to be able to benefit from what this country has to offer without having without having the problems and the difficulties that are thrust upon them when their areas are flooded out. So the ministry has been working, and we continue to work assiduously to make things better. We've not only done the floodplains in those areas, but we've also cleaned multiple gullies. Because if the gullies are overgrown, then we have problems with flooding in areas, especially like St. Peter. And we've completed the clearing of the Wim. We've completed the clearing of the Richmond Hill Dam 1 and 2. We've completed the cleaning of Seaview. We've completed the cleaning of Mount Brevitor and Bats Rock, and also of the Constitution River. Because we recognize that once we put these mitigation things in place, that we'll be able to reduce flooding should we have a climatic event again. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to all of that, and I know it's been a lot, we also have 13 depots. And those 13 depots have been working not only to keep our roadways and our sidewalks and our drains well cleared, but they've been working to keep all of the areas and the surroundings clean and free of debris and bush. And yes, it's been hard. And yes, it's been difficult. But they continue to work assiduously every single day to make our environment better for the people of Barbados. And I'm also pleased to report to you that we in the ministry are going to be building a new depot for the people of St. John at Bath. And that depot will be used to service not only the people of St. John, but the surrounding constituencies, and to keep those surroundings, keep those constituencies well maintained and well preserved. And those depots have worked hard. They've done over 1,000 roads, patched over 1,000 roads over the last year, with the South Point Depot doing over 178 alone. Ladies and gentlemen, that is hard work. Please give them a round of applause. In addition to all of that, we also cannot do our work without proper equipment. And what we've done over the last year is to purchase lots of equipment so that our people will have the equipment to complete the infrastructure and the roads that are required. So we've bought lots of boat rollers, lots of backhoes, lots of trucks, lots of twin cabs, so that we can better do the job. Why? Because when we came to office, that equipment that we expected to find was not there. And what was there was not working. That's because the previous administration had let the fleet of vehicles and equipment become so depleted that they were unable to complete the work necessary to get the job done. Well, we said no to that. We said no to leaving things undone. And we set about getting the equipment. We've gotten a lot of it. We continue to get more so that we'll be able to get the work done for the people of Barbados. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the work of the ministry, we also have 2 boards under the Ministry of Transport Works and Maintenance. Those are the Transport Authority and the Transport Board. I'm pleased to tell you that the Transport Authority has done tremendous work over the last year. Not only have they paid close attention and reduced the backlog of applications that they've had, and I want to pay special attention to the applications for hired cars, because they had hundreds and hundreds of applications for hired cars. And they worked at them every single day, and now they've brought that application backlog down to a manageable number, just as they've done so many other of the applications. But more importantly, and to my mind, something that they have done tremendously well is to be able to operationalize the Constitution River Terminal. And what that has done is that has improved the relations and the ability for commuters to access the public service vehicles. Not only have they improved the relations and the ability, but also the surroundings. And I'm happy to say that the Constitution River Terminal is working well and is in good hands with the Transport Authority. My friends, the biggest problem that we've had has been the Transport Board. Those problems have been precipitated by three main factors. The reluctance of the last administration to buy a single bus for over 10 years. Poor maintenance of the buses that remained, making it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to keep them in service. And of course, the effective privatization of the transport system with the issuing of over 300 public service vehicle permits. These three factors have combined to devastate the operations of the Transport Board, resulting in low bus availability, lower revenue, and tremendous difficulties in the ability of the board to service the scheduled routes. We have countered these problems as best as we can by initiating better maintenance schedules with longer mechanic shop hours, enhanced better purchasing of parts and equipment, and enabled a better bus service by increasing bus availability. It has been early days, and the impact has been severe, but we think that our measures are working and continue to work. If it wasn't for Kirk, we would have still had 80 or 85 buses. And I don't mean Kirk, the MP. I mean Kirk, the climatic event. We would have still had 70 or 75 buses as we did before. But Kirk had a tremendous impact on our bus availability. And after that, we struggled every day to get back up to the 60 and 70 that we were enjoying. But we recognized the crisis, and we started the Transport Augmentation Program, which has seen PSV operators coming into the terminal to help us to carry our commuters to their respective designations. The program is still in its early stages, and we'll continue to work to improve the program as we continue to strengthen it every single day. An additional benefit of the Transport Augmentation Program has seen drivers who have recently separated from the Transport Board come on and get involved with the Transport Augmentation Program. This has been a win-win because not only has it given these drivers a chance to come and get involved with the program, but it also gives them a chance to give back to the commuters that they've gotten so accustomed to. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been difficult, but we continue to stay the course. We at the ministry continue to work hard, all of the employees, and I want to thank everyone, from the general worker to the guard to the clerical officer to management, because this is a team effort at the ministry, and we will continue to work to do the best we can to provide the best in service to the people of Barbados. Good night, and God bless you all.